Heat and Raptors game 5 from Toronto. D. Wade coming in after back-to-back 30-point games down in Miami. And DeMar DeRozan had a shoestring tied around his right thumb to help facilitate circulation. And he comes up
technology. Modern technology.
That's a new one on me, Greg.
Guess what? It worked. Lowry and DeRozan combined for 19 points in the first quarter after 19 combined in all of Game 4.
Yeah, and they scored it, but they also were aggressive on the defensive side of the floor and set the tone there from the jump.
Bismack Biyombo was awesome in the first half.
Air Congo. He didn't hit it with the Usain Bolt, did he? And then the block. I mean, that kid's energy is infectious. He was affecting the game at both ends of the court. Happy for him. Now you see him running the court and finishing strong with authority.
10 points, 5 rebounds, 4 blocks, 2 steals in the first half, and Toronto built a 20-point lead. Now, an injury for Luol Deng. Misses the layup, trips over a cameraman, falls on his left wrist. He would continue playing into the third quarter before leaving to get x-rays that came back inconclusive.
Yeah, it had been struggling, but he's a guy that you rely on also for his defense and spacing. Big loss for the Heat.
Now the Heat go on a 10-0 run to end the first half. They hit a 3 to start the third quarter, so it was a 13-0 run. That was McRoberts, so it was a 10-point Raptor lead at halftime. And now an injury for DeMar Carroll. Takes the pass on the right wing. Dragic takes the charge, embracing his fall. Carroll injures his left wrist. X-rays negative. It's called a contusion, Brendan.
It's called a contusion, but it's very, very fortunate. This is one of those situations where I thought he could have possibly broken his wrist because when he fell, he braced himself with his wrist, and you never want to do that. I'm happy it's only a contusion.
Me too. We go to the fourth quarter. DeMar DeRozan and 1.
Yeah, and that's a little bit of a contusion right there for the Heat because DeMar DeRozan came out with a lot of energy, and he talked about it after the last game. He was not going to play poorly in this one.
Tyler Johnson drives, fouled by DeRozan. He re-injured his right thumb. That's all he needs. He went to the locker room but did return. And here come the Heat. Justice Winslow hits him. Then D. Wade hits him with a step back. We got a 3-point game.
We got a 3-point game right here. Miami showing they're not dead, showing some fight. But Toronto was game. They weren't just going to let Miami show them up on their home court.
So less than a minute to go. 3-point lead. And Lowry doubles it with a deep 3.
Yeah, I tell you what a clutch shot. And this team that we're watching here, the Raptors, eerily reminiscent of what we saw over the course of the regular season. And another big-time finish by Lowry.
Just like Game 3, the dagger by Lowry. Heat President Pat Riley says, I'm out. We got to start thinking about Game 6. What a win for Toronto. Maybe the biggest in franchise history. The final 99-91. So the Raps are up 3-2 in this series. They're 1 win away from their first ever trip to the East Finals. Toronto is 5-0 following a loss in this postseason.
It's the playoffs, man. You know, you enjoy. If you don't enjoy the environments, you know, you're not going to be successful. And you know, tonight was a great environment to play in, and you know, I thought, man, we did a great job of just sticking with it. Every time it seemed like they was about to pull away, we kept coming back, we kept fighting, we cut it to 1, and you know, that's when I thought, you know, okay, this is our time to make that move, and unfortunately from there we couldn't. But going back home, you know, obviously our crowd is going to be excited, you know, to get us back on our home floor, and we're trying to force a Game 7, so we're trying to win in our home and try to be back here on Sunday.